Okay, now we have started the series on Snap, 100 most expected questions. Vikrant has taken some sessions. I'm going to complete it now with the last set of questions. All right. Okay. Uh, as you know, Snap has 15 questions on English. No reading comprehension in the last 2 years, but they can change it. Today we are looking at the general English part of it. That is not reading comprehension, but vocabulary and grammar. All right. So in grammar, the most frequently asked questions, hello Smriti, Kanojia, blogger, Sumit, Sonali, hello. All right. So we have questions on generally. There are a couple of questions on parts of speech, where you have to identify what part of speech it is. A word is underlined, and you have to identify what part of speech it is, noun or verb or adverb. Or they will give you a sentence and ask you which is the adjective in the sentence, which is the adverb in the sentence, how many adjectives are there in the sentence. It could be asked in any way. Good afternoon, Smriti. Good afternoon, Arab, Zeen. All right. Sometimes there have been couple of years in Snap where they have given you a sentence and asked you to identify the subject or the object. All right. Most common, of course, is error detection or sentence correction. Very little difference between the two. I mean, in one, you are actually correcting the error. In the other, you are only spotting the part which has the error. So a sentence can be divided into 4 parts and you are asked which part has the error. In sentence correction, a sentence is underlined, a part of the sentence is underlined, and you are asked which is the best way to express it correctly grammatically. Hello, Gaurav. All right. Now, in vocabulary, they can ask you any question based on vocabulary or grammar, fill in the blanks. Grammar questions are generally preposition based. Vocabulary based questions vary from easy to moderate. Okay. Idioms and phrases are asked quite often. Either they can give you an idiom and a phrase and ask you what is the meaning, or give it to you in a sentence and ask you the meaning, or give you a sentence with a blank and say which idiom will fill it up best. So depending on how difficult they want to do the paper, make the paper, this is what they will do. Analogies test both your logic and vocabulary. So that is a common trend of question setters. Sometimes they give you odd one out to know your knowledge of synonyms, that these words go together, this doesn't. All right, so let's start. Okay. Figures of speech in poems, yes, are once in a while. Most common ones uh, are simile, metaphor, part of a poem. They give you a poem and like, I wandered lonely as a cloud. That was given 1 year in Snap. Last 2 3 years, I don't know if this year there was a poem or not. Simile, metaphor, personification. Okay, if I have time, I will look at it. Uh, Maybe alliteration or hyperbole, which are the general things asked in grammar. All right. Identify the adverb in the sentence. Gaurav says it's A. What about the others? He gently lifted the baby out of the bassinet. Bassinet is the kind of cradle, kind of a bed with a stand. A. Yes. How did he lift the baby? He lifted it out gently. Lifted is the verb. Therefore, any word that describes the action has to be the adverb. A is indeed the right answer. Very good. Next one. What is this? Identify the part of speech that is denoted by the underlined word. The volcano had last erupted over 400 years ago. Please give me the question number. All right. Very good. Savi, Sumit, Akshat, Roma, excellent. All of you excellent. Now, quickly give me what part of speech is erupted. Pronoun, adverb, verb, or preposition. Question 2. Just put the question number so it's easier for me to identify whether your answer is for this question or the previous question. There's generally a lag. Okay, erupted, last erupted. Okay, but erupted is the word, blew up, open, any, put Substitute it with any word that you know, which is the meaning, and you will get the word. So that is a verb. Excellent. To answer is excellent. All right. Question 3. How many adjectives and by the way, all these questions are previous year snap questions, just changed it slightly, not too much. Okay. How many adjectives does the following sentence include? The reasoning test was very difficult. How many adjectives does this sentence include? The reasoning test was very difficult. Okay, if it is a, what is the adjective? Arav, Prarthana, what's the adjective? Vrinda, what are the two adjectives? Please write down the names of the adjectives as well. Akshat thinks it's B, Vrinda thinks it's B, the rest think it's A. No, Smriti also thinks it's B. Difficult, yes, because it's talking of the test. Okay, all right. What is very? Very is an adverb. Okay, how difficult was it? So difficult is talking about the test, is the noun here, correct? Anything which describes the noun, how was the test, easy or difficult, is an adjective. Very difficult, not very difficult, quite difficult, adverb. Acha, what test was it? What test was it? It was a reasoning test. ये quant का भी test हो सकता है, English का भी test हो सकता है. So reasoning here is an adjective describing the test. It's like tall boy, black dog. It's the same one. So there are actually two adjectives, reasoning and difficult. Very is an adverb. All right. So you were in a hurry. All those who marked A. Difficult is the obvious adjective. The one which is not obvious is reasoning. You don't take reasoning test as one word. There are two words. The test, it could be a test of reasoning, it could be a test of logic, it could be a test of English, it could be a test of anything. All right, got it? So there are two adjectives in this sentence. Excellent. Identify the adverb in the given sentence. Identify the adverb in the given sentence. I will complete the assignment tomorrow. Will complete assignment tomorrow. Which is the adverb? A, B, C, or D? Give me the question number 4 and then give me your answer. Okay. Okay. Some people think it's B. Most people think it's D. What do you think it is? A, some people, B, some. I is the subject. What is it? It's a pronoun. Isi mein Sara, let's do the parts of speech. Now, will complete. Will is an auxiliary verb which helps you form the tense for the main verb that is complete. So this is an auxiliary verb and this is the main verb. What will you complete? The assignment. Now here the is an article and article is an adjective. All right, because it is normally used with a noun. Assignment is a noun. I will complete the task, I will complete the work, I'll complete the painting, I'll complete the book. अब जिसी के साथ you substitute it, if you are in doubt about the word, substitute it with another word which doesn't make a difference in the sentence, but you will know the part of speech. So this is a noun. When will you complete it? Complete it tomorrow. So it tells you more about the verb and therefore this is the adverb. When will you do it? Adverb of time. You have adverb of time, adverb of place, adverb of frequency. All right, so the answer is D, tomorrow. There are answers of time. I will do it later. I will do the work later. Later is the adverb. All right, okay. What is the antonym? So parts of speech are done. All right, kind of. We just had a quick revision. Okay, any naming word, noun, any describing word, adjective, Action is a verb, anything which tells you more about the action or more about the adjective or more about itself is the adverb. Got it? Prepositions and conjunctions, you may have a confusion. Remember, conjunction just joins. It's like quick fix. And what it joins would be equal. Two words, two phrases, two clauses. All right? If it doesn't do any of these work, it shows you the relationship between uh, a noun and other parts in the sentence, or a pronoun and other parts of the sentence. That's a preposition. All right? Okay, what is the antonym of covert? Covert means what? And therefore its antonym. Covert means secret. Opposite is actually overt, open. Therefore, opposite is D. Good. What is the antonym of intricate? Close, distant, complex, innocent. Antonym of intricate. Close, distant, complex, or innocent. You look at saris with embroideries. The more intricate the embroidery, the more expensive the sari. The material will be the same. Intricate means complex, Shreya. True. So intricate means complex. All right. C is the answer. Who everyone gave me C. Lots of people gave me C. Excellent. Okay. Antonym of concede. Antonym of concede. Yeah, synonym. Correct. Well, now we are going to antonyms. Antonym of concede. And sometimes you get a question which says synonym or antonym. That's what I've done in the next snap mock test. I've said identify either the synonym or the antonym. One of the words is either a synonym or an antonym. Pick that out, because kids are becoming very smart, no? So you need to make it little difficult. If you give all synonym, then you'll mark it. So if you give one synonym, one antonym, you have to antonym. Nidhi, I asked for the antonym or opposite. Sonali, I asked for the antonym or opposite. इसी में, if you don't read the question properly, you're going to get it wrong. Yeah, Prarthana says it's C. Shreya says it's C. All others think it's A. All those who think it's A, you did not see the word antonym. Antonym means opposite. Concede means to yield or to give up or to relinquish. To refute, actually to refuse, to deny, to refute is its opposite. So the answer is C. What is the synonym of intractable? Synonym of intractable. Question 8. What is the synonym of intractable? These are not contextual vocabulary questions. Either you know the question or you don't. If I give you a sentence, it will give you context. So you can understand. Kashmir is an intractable problem between India and Pakistan. So intractable. They've been fighting about it, arguing about it, having meetings and samosas over it for the last so many years. Right? So intractable means, Rahul, imperceptible means something that you cannot figure out. Perceptible is something that is clear and visible and tangible. Imperceptible is something that can't be easily noticed. Okay, that won't be. Intractable means obstinate, cannot be resolved easily. Not, I gave imperceptible because most students would mark this, but with an imperceptible motion of his hand means nobody could see it, nobody could figure out that that was there. He told somebody to sit down with an imperceptible nod which nobody could notice easily. That is the meaning of imperceptible. But intractable means not easily solved or resolved. Tractable means something that can be drawn out. So intractable means something that cannot be solved. All right. So obstinate. Docile means timid. Okay. Agree to everything. Pliant means yielding, obedient. Okay. Docile means somebody who's quiet and obedient only. Timid, actually. All right. What is the antonym of prone? Now, there are two meanings of prone. Think of the two meanings of prone and then tell me what is the antonym of prone. Antonym means opposite. easy to control, timid, okay, meek, that's docile. Antonym, antonym, savvy. You know, my name is shortened to your name. People normally call me savvy, though I'm not savvy at all. Okay, most the unsavviest person in the world. Uh, Prone is when you are prone to allergies. That means you are weak, you are inclined or susceptible to it. Prone also means lying down in with your face down. The position in which you lie down with your face towards the ground is called prone. Okay, lie down in a prone position. The doctor, when he takes x-rays, the x-ray operator would tell you. Supine is when you sleep on your back. Got it? Therefore, the opposite of prone is supine. Acha, susceptible means vulnerable or weak. Okay, incline means having a tendency to do something. What does indolent mean? What does indolent mean? There are two words that you often get confused, and that is also coming up. So we better know all words which are easily confused. Insolent and indolent. Indolent means lazy. Person with introverted energy नहीं, बस बहुत lazy है. Okay, introverted energy. Yeah, you fix your energy. You concentrate your energy on yourself. Insolent means cheeky or rude, impertinent. All right. Okay. So the answer, of course, is B, supine. All right. Okay. The noun. Now you know the normal way we use the word refuse, right? If you ask me a question, I refuse to answer it. Mana karna. But as a noun, what does refuse mean? Sorry, let me shut that out. Yeah. As a noun, what does refuse mean? Yeah, indolent means lazy, lethargic. Uh, when you were children, I remember we used to have those books with morals as part of moral science. There was a story of a grasshopper and ant, and the ant was called the grasshopper was called indolent. Ant was the hardworking one. Refuse ka noun version of refuse. What does it mean? Sonali says it. See, remember, to refuse, to decline, that is the verb form. Refuse, mana karna. The question is asking the noun form, and this was a past year snap question, really going long way back, huh? Because I saw Vikrant had done quite a few past year questions. I said, let me pull out something that hasn't been done. But I can also tell my students I've done past year papers. So I pulled this out from some ancient heap. Okay. Refuse as a verb means I refuse to help you. It means to deny, to decline. But the noun version of refuse is garbage. Sorry. Garbage, rubbish. All right. Understood, all of you? So 10C is the answer. All right. This was a past year snap question. Many students, I mean, similar to this, as in any, some, and all were given as options. Many students have a problem with this. There was no answer on the website. Yesterday, a student wrote to me. There was no any explanation. No explanation. No के बाद any मत लगाओ. कुछ भी नहीं था. You don't have to add that. All right. They went down to breakfast late. Never go down somewhere for breakfast late, especially when it's a lot of people are having it together, because then there will not be dash puris left and only dash parathas left. You will be left eating some continental breakfast. Nothing wrong with it, but not tasty. Okay, all right. I think the unanimous answer is D, so we shall not waste much time. You have been trained well. एक भी पूरी बचा नहीं था, बस कुछ पराठे बचे थे. So they weren't any. Were no puris, weren't any puris, and only some parathas left. Excellent. All right. Ravi has three sisters. Two of Dash are older than him. Question 12. Grammar based. That the other one was also grammar based. 11 also was grammar based. This is also a grammar based fill in the blanks. Ravi has three sisters. Then there's a semicolon. Two of dash are older than him. All of you with them. Okay. Two of whom, if I had given, this shouldn't have come. Even if I had given whom, you should not. With this, it doesn't make sense. So this is a separate clause. This is a separate clause. Both are independent. So you're saying Ravi has three sisters, almost as good as putting a full stop here. Two of them are older than him. All right. Phrasal verb. All right. The leader is popular as he has his finger dash the pulse of the nation. In, on, over, yeah, below. What would be the answer? Question 13. The leader is popular as he has his finger dash the pulse of the nation. Say it, the word will automatically come to your mind and then tell me. Okay, so far all whom is used for object. Rahul, object. Who is used for subject. So the man who came yesterday is here. Here is the man you were talking about him. Here is the man about whom you were talking. Who is used for subject and whom is used for object, both for people. All right. Which and that are used for inanimate objects. All right. Pulse, finger on the pulse of the nation. Right? Correct. 14. Choose the word or phrase that best completes the sentence. The rebels sought to overcome the dash strength of the police forces by engaging in dash tactics. Read the entire sentence with the blank first. Automatically, once you read the entire sentence, your brain will dictate what is the word you want and you'll automatically go to the right sentence. Positive, negative, positive connotation, negative connotation, what kind of word, your eyes will be drawn to that. Okay, I'm seeing all kinds of answers, A, B, C. The rebels sought to overcome the lack of strength. If they don't have any strength, why would they seek to overcome it? Augmented them with peaceful strategies. How can you have peaceful strategies? Preponderant scent means dominant, prevalent, dominant. So the police forces were way more powerful. So they tried to overcome that strength by using guerrilla tactics, that is ambush tactics, you know, not open warfare. Okay, so the answer is C. All right. Okay. I should not have dashed to talk in such a dash strain means manner, especially when I had not studied the man to whom I was talking. I shouldn't have dashed to talk in such a dash strain, especially when I had not studied the man to whom I was talking. What word fills up the blank perfectly and makes sense? यहाँ पे you have to look at not just the vocabulary part of it, completing the sentence meaningfully, you also have to see that it's grammatically correct. Okay, I should not have emboldened to talk doesn't make sense. I should not have been emboldened, or something, or it emboldened me, made me bold. Emboldened means made me bold. So this does not fit in grammatically. So D is out. I should not have emboldened to talk is wrong English. Emboldened is a verb. I am emboldened by this task. Befriended, I'm emboldened. Become bold. That's what it means. So it cannot be D. I'm seeing quite a few answers for B. I should not have tried to talk होना चाहिए. Trying to talk नहीं होगा. Daring to talk नहीं होगा. Only one works grammatically and otherwise, that is C. I should not have ventured. Ventured means tried to talk in such a peremptory manner. Peremptory means rude or dictatorial, authoritative. When you knock uh, firmly, they said that there was a peremptory knock. There was a peremptory tone in her voice, ordering, kind of. Okay, so the answer is C. The dash of Agatha Christie's argument is that human nature remains the same wherever you are. The dash of Agatha Christie's argument is that one of your favorite authors, I hope. Mine, definitely. Okay. The Queen of Crime, the Queen of Poisons, lot of murder mysteries she wrote. Slightly slow, the present generation finds her. Yeah, the center, the most important part, the crux. Nadir means lowest point. Pinnacle means highest point. Acme means highest point. Acne means your pimples. Okay, freckles that you have on your face. It's a kind of okay. All right. Let's now move on to idioms. What is the meaning of the idiomatic expression used in the sentence? I dropped a clanger when I mentioned her ex-husband. What did you do? If you dropped a clanger, what does it mean you did? Inadvertently caused embarrassment, let go of a clanger, toppled a lampshade, or none of the above. Caused. Yeah. What is the other what is the other expression for it? For anybody, when you say something stupid or foolish which causes embarrassment, awkwardness, it's called dropped something. The British usage is I dropped a what? Anybody? I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. I might sneeze. Anybody? No, C is not right answer. A is right, the correct answer. Dropped a clanger, you didn't really drop anything. It's a figurative expression. It's an idiomatic. When you say something embarrassing, okay? Or say something awkward. Dropped a brick. All right. Rahul spilled the beans about the birthday party, much to our chagrin. What does chagrin mean? We'll do that. What does spilling the beans mean? Dropped a bombshell means to shock somebody. When somebody drops a bombshell, it means take somebody by great surprise. All right, Nidhi. Bombshell is to take somebody by surprise or shock somebody. All right. Spill the beans is to reveal a secret. What does let the cat? What is the meaning of this expression? Let the cat out of the bag. Same thing. Reveal a secret. All right. What does chagrin means? Anger mixed with frustration. The word for it is, if you look up the dictionary, it will tell you it is mortification. All right. So anger and frustration, you put it together, that's called chagrin. Today I was all ready at 12 o'clock for the class. Much to my chagrin, it was at 1. Okay. Annoyance, irritation, but mortification. All right. What is the meaning of the expression go to seed? When you say something has gone to seed, what does it mean? Harvesting, planting, deteriorate, financial ruin. Not my English, so I would have put it all in the same form, but I've taken it from a past year question paper. Go to seed. When you say something has gone to seed, what does it mean? harvesting is being done, or planting is being done, or something has deteriorated, or something is facing financial ruin. Go to seed could be financial ruin also, but basically in a state of collapse, deterioration. Okay, something which is really going in a state of decline. Got it? Excellent. All right. A shortfall in surplus would knock the bottom out of the engineering industry. I've changed the options. Okay. What does knock the bottom out stand for? Because if you've done this question before in the exam, there were two options which meant the same thing. Uh, damage something, make it baseless, damage something by destroying its support, resurrect something by strengthening its foundation, or none of the above. 20, question 20. Yeah, that is the exact answer that you need to remember. Okay, damage something, how? By destroying its support, the source of support. All right, all right. What is the exact expression of dash the stable door after the horse has bolted, crying over spilt milk? Both of them, there's an expression, right? We say the proverb, idiom, or phrase, but sometimes we get it wrong. What is the exact expression? Okay, this is why you have to follow Cambridge or Oxford sources, because then you'll get the exact wording of the proverb. It is to lock the stable door, not to shut. To lock the stable door after the horse has bolted. This was a 2011 snap question. All right. What does they mean the same thing. They mean the same thing. If you look at the options in any Indian, English preparation book, it will say shut the stable door. Okay, all students ask what is the meaning, they'll tell you. But the exact proverb is to lock the stable door after the horse has bolted. This was given as it is in the exam. Since it was given, I thought you should know that when you are quoting idioms, quoting proverbs, you have to get the exact word right. Okay, it means the same thing, true, but the proverb has to be quoted right. To catch a tartar, actually, what does that mean? To trap a wanted criminal with great difficulty, to catch a dangerous person, to tackle a person who is more than one's match, or to meet with disaster. To catch a tartar, the exact this would come to your head if you read a report. There was a report some days back. uh, some women were going for a walk in a park, and somebody tried to snatch their chains. There was a chain snatcher on a cycle who tried to uh, snatch a woman's chain. Four or five walking together. He realized that he caught a tartar because they were all karate experts. The park had a karate training session and they were just warming up. So they all turned out to be karate experts. He fell from his cycle, and then I think he was given a good beating. So to catch a tartar means suddenly you come across somebody who you unexpectedly turns out to be stronger than you expect. To catch a tartar means to tackle a person who is more than your match. Okay, answer is C. All right, that was a new idiom for you. Know it well. Good. All right. Again, we go back to grammar. Select the choice that best replaces the underlined part of the sentence. Unless he doesn't give up smoking, we can't be sure of any improvement in his health. What should be substituted in the is the sentence correct as it is? Then mark D. If you think it can be improved upon, then which one would substitute it? A, B, or C? Question 23. I'm getting answers for A and B so far. Mostly B, a few A's. Two negatives don't go. The moment you have unless, if he does not, that's what he means. Unless he gives up. Because unless itself is a negative term. You can't have two negative terms. They don't make any sense. Unless he gives up smoking. If he doesn't give up smoking, or unless he gives up smoking. Okay? All right. 24. We are looking at a longer word, a longer sentence, because we are looking at a rule which may involve, when you get a longer sentence, you know that the rule involves use of phrases or clauses, use of modifiers, parallelism, maybe tenses. These are the four rules that might come in handy when the underlined section looks a little long. All right, so what's the answer for 24? Everything in the world decays, it comes to an end, and also dies inevitably. Read it, choose the option which sounds simplest and right. B, everything in the world decays, it comes to an end. You are repeating the subject. All right, and also dies. Why are you adding the also here? When you read the original sentence itself, you'll say it comes to an end. Yuga decays, comes to an end, and dies inevitably. All this is not required. All right. Okay. Conditional sentence. Whenever you get questions on tenses, you have a question on a tense or you have a question on conditional sentences. So which one is correct? If thieves will enter our house, I would be frightened to death. If thieves entered our house, I would be frightened to death. If thieves would enter our house, I would be frightened to death. Or if thieves would enter our house, I would have been. Uh, 25. So far, I'm getting two kinds of answers, B and C. 50-50. More C's now, suddenly. Okay, what is the rule of conditional sentence? Normally, you are asked three types of conditionals, right? Condition one, if something happens, something else will happen. Present tense with a will. Second, past tense with a would or a could. Okay, the if clause generally, the if clause will not have a would in it. Okay, so when you have the conditional in a conditional sentence, this is called the conditional clause, this is called the resultant clause or the result clause or the effect, whatever. So the if clause, you don't add a will or a would. If it will rain tomorrow, India South Africa match will be cancelled is wrong. It is if it rains tomorrow, the match will be cancelled. If it rained, when you're using a past tense, you can use would, could, or might be cancelled. Third one is if it had rained, ye ho gaya hai. This has happened. If it had rained, if it hadn't rained, India would have won. If it had rained, we we would have had the match today. Got it? So the answer here is not C but B. All right? Okay. Last question of the set. Standing on the top of the tower, the whole city could be seen. Is it correct as it is? Then mark A. If you think it needs some additional information or some change, look at options B, C, and D and tell me which is the right answer. Question 26. Okay, so the first is, I told you, whenever you get a long sentence, you know that well, at least keep in mind rules of tenses, modifiers, or parallelism. In that one about decaying and dying, it was a rule of parallelism. Here it's the case of modifier. Standing on top of the tower. Who is standing on top of the tower? The whole city is not standing. So this sentence is indicating when there is no subject here, standing on the top of the tower is a dangling modifier. It's a phrase. It doesn't have a subject. Who is standing on top of the tower? It's not telling us. So it is indicating what becomes the subject. You can't have a sentence without a subject. So this whole city becomes the subject. And you know that the whole city was not standing on top of the tower. So how do you change it? Keep the the portion that's not underlined. Anyway, this is there. So start the second clause with the subject who was standing on the top of the tower. I or he or she, doesn't matter. In this sense, it's I. I could see the whole city. That's it. Standing on top of the tower, I could see that. You can also change it. If this hadn't been an underlined sentence, the other correct version is where, when I was standing on top of the tower, I could see the whole city, or the whole city could be seen by me. There, what are you doing? You're changing the modifying phrase into a clause. You don't need to answer who was standing on top of the tower. You know who was standing on top of the tower. I, he, or she. So when the modifier is left like that as a phrase, you need to use the correct subject here. When, if you have the option and this has to be changed, insert the subject in the phrase. Understood? All of you clear about 26? You can answer questions on 26 next time if it comes, if we give it to you. During the ZAT crash course, during the ZAT YT sessions that we have, or in the classroom. We've given lots, plenty of exercises on this. All right. So the correct answer is C. Thank you.